The Bronx is buzzing. And it's not just because the Yankees are in the thick of another promising season. It's because the trade deadline is fast approaching. And the front office is clearly getting aggressive with the postseason in sight. And expectations higher than ever. The Yankees know this might be their best shot in years to make a serious run at the World Series. The pressure is on, the fans are fired up, and the organization is officially in go-for-it mode. We now have a much clearer picture of what's happening behind closed doors. According to insider reports, the Yankees have locked in on several high-profile trade targets, particularly in the area they need help most, the starting rotation. The conversation might still swirl around the infield inconsistencies, with third base and shortstop drawing plenty of attention, but when you break it down, the biggest vulnerability right now is the pitching. This rotation, as it stands, simply doesn't hold up to championship standards. And the team knows it. Let's be honest, the Yankees have been holding things together with duct tape and hope. Max Fried and Carlos Rodon are the only two arms in the current rotation that inspire any real confidence. Beyond that, the picture gets cloudy fast. Jarrett Cole, the team's ace and one of the most dominant pitchers in the league, is recovering from Tommy John surgery and won't be back any time soon. Clark Schmidt is also sidelined with the same brutal injury, and Luis Gil, who was supposed to be back in the mix by now after dealing with a lat issue, still hasn't pitched a single game this season. Fans were optimistic about a mid-June return, but as we close out July, his absence is becoming more and more concerning. Every day he remains out is another day the Yankees inch closer to a postseason. Without him at full strength, if he's able to contribute at all, that's the reality right now. And it's forcing the front office to act. They know they can't afford to hope and pray that arms magically get healthy and return in top form. This team needs reliable reinforcements, and they need them now. Enter Seth Lugo. Lugo has been one of the more fascinating pitchers to watch over the past couple of years. Since fully transitioning to a starter's role in 2023, he's posted a stellar era that ranks among the top 10 in all of Major League Baseball. He finished second in the American League Cy Young voting last season and is on pace for another impressive campaign. His era currently sits under 3. Despite pitching for a Royals team that's been, let's just say, less than competitive, with a record of 7 wins and 5 losses. It's clear that his numbers are even more impressive when you factor in the lack of support around him. The deeper you look, the better it gets. Lugo has logged over 100 innings and punched out nearly 100 batters while maintaining a whip just over 1. Those are elite-level numbers. What makes him even more intriguing to a team like the Yankees is the nature of his pitching profile. He throws a ridiculous 9-pitch mix, something that's rare in today's game, and while that might seem excessive, it's actually been part of what's made him so effective. That said, the Yankees' pitching development staff is known for simplifying arsenals and honing in on a pitcher's most effective offerings. It wouldn't be surprising to see them ask Lugo to trim his repertoire down a bit if he were to land in the Bronx. But on the flip side, when a guy is dealing the way he is, do you really want to mess with success? Now, there is a wrinkle. Lugo has a player option for $15 million in 2026, which could complicate negotiations. Teams might hesitate to give up major assets without knowing whether they're getting a short-term rental or a longer-term piece. If Lugo pitches well down the stretch, he could easily opt out and cash in during free agency. But even with that uncertainty, it's hard to ignore how perfect a fit he is for the Yankees right now. And here's the kicker. He's not the only name on the radar. Mitch Keller, the right-hander from the Pittsburgh Pirates, is another target the Yankees are reportedly watching closely. Keller is an interesting case. His career has been a bit of a roller coaster, but this season, he's found a groove. His era sits in the mid-3s, and while his win-loss record doesn't jump off the page, that has more to do with the Pirates being, well, the Pirates. Keller has racked up nearly 100 strikeouts over 125 innings and boasts a WHIP in the 1.1 range. The appeal here isn't just in his current form, though. Keller is under contract through 2028 at a very reasonable salary, about $15 million annually. That type of team control is incredibly valuable, especially for a Yankees team that knows it'll need arms not just this October, but in the seasons ahead. With Jarrett Cole potentially missing half of next year, and Schmidt possibly out for the entire 2026 season, acquiring someone like Keller makes sense on multiple levels. He provides immediate help while also offering long-term stability. There's Also a possibility the Yankees could package a deal that brings back third baseman Ke'Bryan Hayes, along with Keller. Hayes has had his ups and downs offensively, but is still considered a top-tier defensive talent. At the hot corner, adding both in one move would be bold, but it would address the glaring needs at once. That's the kind of deal that changes the complexion of a team and shows everyone, fans, players, and competitors, that the Yankees are all in, but it doesn't stop there. Merrill Kelly, the veteran right-hander from the Arizona Diamondbacks, is another arm that's generating buzz in the Bronx. Kelly is a soft-tossing pitcher by today's standards. His fastball ranks among the 10 slowest in the league, but the results speak for themselves. He's sporting a sub-3.5 ERA, has more than 100 strikeouts, and his WHIP is hovering around 1. Despite his age, he's 36, Kelly is still highly effective, especially when it comes to the metrics the Yankees care deeply about: strikeout rate and ground ball rate. He excels in both. Kelly's best weapon is his changeup, a pitch the Yankees' analytics department has been emphasizing in recent seasons. They believe in building pitchers around that off-speed offering, and Kelly already has one of the better changeups in the league. That makes him an ideal candidate to slide into the Yankees' rotation, particularly as a number 3 starter behind Fried and Rodon. Even if Luis Gil makes it back, there's no guarantee he'll be in postseason form, so bolstering the staff with someone like Kelly could be a game-changer. The tricky part with Kelly is his contractual status. He's making $6 million in 2025 and becomes a free agent after that. That means he's potentially a rental, unless the Yankees decide to re-sign him. But considering his production and the relatively low cost in terms of both salary and likely trade capital, Kelly might be one of the smartest acquisitions they could make. What adds even more intrigue is the fact that he might come as a package deal with Eugenio Suarez. The Yankees are reportedly among the teams eyeing Suarez, though the Mariners are also in the mix. Suarez previously played in Seattle and may prefer a return there, but the Yankees remain firmly in contention for his services. If they could pull off a move for both Suarez and Kelly, it would be a blockbuster, one that immediately strengthens both the infield and the rotation. The front office knows what's at stake. This isn't just about getting through the rest of the regular season. It's about building a team that can go toe-to-toe with the best in October. And with every passing day, the sense of urgency grows stronger. The American League is stacked this year, and the Yankees will need every advantage they can get. Adding arms like Lugo, Keller, or Kelly, or maybe even all three if they go full evil empire, would send a clear message. This team is not settling for a good season. They want a great one, a championship caliber one. And they're willing to do whatever it takes to make that happen. As the deadline inches closer, the pressure builds. Every start matters, every inning matters, and for the Yankees, every decision in the front office over the next week could determine the fate of their season and possibly their legacy for years to come. As we dig deeper into the Yankees' possible moves ahead of the trade deadline, it's clear that the front office is playing chess, not checkers. This isn't just about picking up random pieces and hoping they fit. Every acquisition needs to have a purpose, an impact, and most importantly, help the Yankees get over that elusive World Series hump that has haunted them for years. The pitching staff upgrades are the headline grabs, but there's plenty more to consider as the deadline approaches. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Whispers are swirling through the baseball world, and if the latest rumors are to be believed, the AL East may soon witness a seismic shake-up. Multiple sources close to the situation suggest that Carlos Correa, the star shortstop and former face of the Houston Astros, is on the verge of signing with none other than the New York Yankees. While no official statement has been made by Correa or Yankees management, the buzz around this potential blockbuster move is growing louder by the hour. If confirmed, this deal would send shockwaves through the league and pour gasoline on the already fiery rivalry between the Yankees and the Astros. Correa, a central figure in Houston's dominant run over the last several seasons, has often been a villain in the Bronx, especially in the wake of the infamous 2017 sign-stealing scandal. His swagger, clutch performances, and sometimes provocative comments have made him a lightning rod for Yankees fans and now, possibly, their newest star. What's fueling the speculation? According to insiders, the Yankees front office has been aggressively exploring options to solidify the infield and boost both offense and leadership in the clubhouse. Correa, with his playoff pedigree and defensive prowess, fits that mold perfectly. His history with the Astros, ironically, may be exactly what makes him so appealing, bringing a Warriors edge to a Yankees team hungry to reclaim championship glory. Still, some question whether the Bronx faithful can embrace a player they've spent years jeering, but as is often the case in New York, winning heals all wounds. If Correa dons the pinstripes and delivers in October, the boos may quickly turn to MVP chance. One thing is certain, if this move happens, the next Yankees-Astros matchup will be must-watch baseball. For now, it remains a tantalizing possibility. But if Carlos Correa truly does sign with the Yankees, expect fireworks on and off the field. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.